Okay, so this episode started off with Daenerys in the war room talking to Varys. It was such a good writing and conversation in this scene because Varys is basically proving his loyalty to Daenerys, but he's like, look, Daenerys, not everyone that follows you has to be this blind loyalty bullcrap, and that I always look out for myself as well. It was such a well-written scene and such a great scene between two characters where we haven't seen the two of them really have such a great talk before to each other, and her confront him about his birds and how he's a man for the people, and he believes Daenerys is that person. He doesn't just follow Daenerys because she's Daenerys. Great scene to start off. Better writing than any scene from last week in general. And it was good to see Tyrion get some lines in. And he was kind of like that uncomfortable middleman where he's trying to calm Daenerys down, because that would have been a big mistake if she got rid of Varys or hurt him in any way. So she made a right move there. Sometimes you got to calm down the Queen of Dragons because she gets feisty and sometimes doesn't think as clear. But that's why Tyrion's there. What was so cool about the war room scene is that you have 4 women just around the war room with the Queen of Dorne, Yara Greyjoy, and Grandma Tyrell, and Queen of Dragons, and they're all debating how they should handle this with Tyrion too, and Varys, and it was so interesting, the dynamic, because you don't even actually know, I felt, who to agree with, because there are 2 ways of looking at it, where Tyrion is a mastermind, he's trying to do it in the sense of a conservative route to outfool Cersei, but then Grandma Tyrell is like, look, Queen of Dragons, you're a dragon. Like, be a dragon. Take charge. Trying to get everyone to like you and do things the less violent way doesn't always work out. Look at my daughter Marjorie, because she got killed by Cersei for being liked by everybody. So that doesn't always work. So they both are making valid points, both parties. So it's hard to see which way you would agree with. So that was really good they had that going. And it's interesting with that war room scene how they pretty much set up now getting Jon Snow a raven, because Daenerys met Melisandre, which is scary. You can never trust Melisandre. You don't know what she's up to. Sometimes she has good intentions, but this chick also burned a girl by the stake, which I still am not over. So I never trust her. That was terrible. So Daenerys got to be careful even messing around with Melisandre. But it brought in Jon Snow in a great way. That led to Jon Snow on the other side in the north talking with Sansa, and they're not agreeing pretty much on anything. They do not see eye to eye. But I do agree with Jon Snow in this situation that you got to trust the Queen of Dragons. You got to trust Tyrion at least. Because, yeah, he hasn't met Daenerys, but he knows Tyrion as a good man. And that's all your only option. Like, look, Sansa, you haven't seen the White Walkers, he's saying. We have no shot, so we have no other option now. We have to trust these people because this is our only chance. And he's right. And Sansa's not seeing that. I guess she's overly paranoid now. And the problem is Littlefinger's there. And he heard all this, and he's going to take advantage of that, and he's out for Jon Snow. And he lies to Jon Snow like he always did to Ned Stark, where like, I'm for you, man. Like, I'm your bro. I have no problems with you, which is total crap. And Jon Snow read right through him and pushed him against the wall. But that will set Littlefinger off. You got to be careful with showing all your emotion. Now he's left Sansa with him, and that's a scary situation. So Littlefinger's going to be up to really bad stuff, I feel, this season. So I'm really nervous for Sansa. She just went through a bunch of shit with Ramses, and now she's stuck with Littlefinger. So let's see what happens with that. It's going to be very interesting. Jorah getting healed by Samwell. Hard scene to watch. It was brutal. It was a lot of gushing goo coming out of his skin. It is showing how important Samwell is now in this story. And now he's healing Jorah. He's finding all these secrets about Dragonstone and stuff like that. And it gets to Jon Snow this episode. So he knows about that. Is another pitch for him to go see Daenerys. So he really is such an important character, which is cool because they made a guy who seemed so useless in the beginning really get that hero arc now, which is awesome. And we'll see what happens with Jorah as well. I love the scene with Arya and the wolves because Arya seeing all those wolves and then recognizing the main little wolf from... It's not Ghost, everybody. Get that out of your head. It's not Ghost. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's Ghost. No. That wolf was the wolf that Arya let go when Joffrey was being an asshole and was trying to basically fight Arya in season 1. And then the whole thing it was showing was that Arya is expecting this wolf just to go right back with her, but just like herself, that Arya said to Ned in season 1, she's not domesticated. And this wolf showing her, like, I'm not either. Like, I'm not just what you think I am. Time has passed. I want to be what I want to be. I want to be free. And Arya kind of can feel that. It was such a beautiful scene and goes way back to season 1. So that was a really cool take. I love that scene. And it looked great as well. It was shot great. The CGI was great. And then how about that scene with Missandei and Grey Worm getting it on? Woo! Let me just say, I thought they were going to show us down below Grey Room, like what was going on down there, because we know he's not got anything down there. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. But the man knows what he's doing, because he goes in the bedroom. Yeah, he can't fill her in with the dick, but he goes downtown with the tongue. So my man, he knows what he's doing. Good for him. That is how you get it done and make your woman happy. I'm proud. That scene, people might say that was unnecessary. It was important. That was showing you Grey Worm knows what the fuck is up. Then we go to this scene, more sexual crazy stuff with freaking Yara Greyjoy and the Queen of Dorne. They're about to finger each other on this ship, and then the fucking flames come, the arrows, and it's Euron fucking Greyjoy. The guy who said last week he was going to wreak havoc, and he did. And that scene was so awesome. It was way more than I expected that they were going to put in this episode. And it was one of those battles that it catches you off guard, which I love in Game of Thrones when they do that. Kind of like Hardhome was with the Night King. This is what this kind of felt like with Euron. And he basically just gives hell to all these people. He gets two of the oldest snakes from Dorne dead, and now only the young one's alive. And he captures the Queen of Dorne, and then captures Yara. And he's going to have now for Cersei a beautiful package to make his case to be the king and be Cersei's man. So Jaime's not going to like that. Euron's kicking ass. That was awesome. He's an awesome villain at the moment. So far, he stole the first two episodes for me. I know I'm obsessed with this dude, but he's great. And right now, first two episodes, MVP has been Euron. So we'll see if that keeps up. And you got to be so frustrated with Theon in that scene. That last shot, man. And Euron telling him, like, you are cockless, you have no spine. And Theon just cowards out and jumps in the water. Just showing you that this is real, this is realistic, which I love about this show. That Theon was tortured by Ramsay, and it still affects him. You don't just get over that completely, and it's sad to watch. Just full reek came in again, right there at the worst possible time, seeing his sister being kidnapped by their crazy uncle Euron. So that's going to be interesting now where they go with Theon. Are we even going to see him again at this point? What does that lead to now? He's just floating in the water. I'm sure we're going to see him, but man, that's going to be tough to come back from when this guy's already got a bunch of strikes against him. So that was really interesting. This episode's great. There's no Ed Sheeran. I'm happy about that. That gives it a plus as well. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9. It was so well done. Great writing. I enjoyed every scene. Moved the plot great. And the surprise battle scene looked great. CGI was great. The action was great. And that was Game of Thrones at its best. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and follow me at SteveVarley1 on Twitter and Instagram. And comment below with what you thought. I respond to everybody. Let me know if you agree with me or if you disagree with me. I'll hear any thoughts. And keep coming back. I'll be doing a review every week.